We are all talking about losing jobs. We are all talking about how AI can transform the entire IT sector, where basic programming would no longer be relevant. See, if you go back in history and once look at it, every industrial revolution ended up creating more jobs than it has replaced. But it has created jobs in countries or in states where they were ready to embrace that revolution. So wherever people have resisted change, they lost jobs. As simple as that. So what is important for India and especially for Andhra Pradesh is we have to embrace change. As Education Minister, it is my responsibility to revamp the entire curriculum, which I have already done. And a curriculum should have AI, quantum computing as a requirement. It could be across sectors. It is very, very important to bring about that change. And this is where again I am going to lean into the private sector to tell me and guide me, saying that this is the kind of change we also have to bring in terms of curriculum, so that the youth of Andhra are ready to reap the benefit of the next wave of industrial revolution, if I may, or next wave of AI and quantum computing. As Ritvika just said, it's important to have a task force. Absolutely, I agree with Ritvika, no second thoughts about it. We can make it an official task force. So the volunteers in the room can raise their hands and we can make it an official task force where you can advise, guide the department, the minister, the ministry on how do we sort of disintermediate the entire ecosystem and look at creating job-ready youth. That's where our friends from Suzlon took up my challenge, and I asked them to create to adopt 5 ITIs and do skill upgradation there. And they've started with 2 already, where they got in the equipment, they got in the entire ecosystem, and in government ITIs, they are now training youngsters to look at the opportunities available in the green sector. I believe that green sector has a completely different opportunities for us, which is providing jobs to women. Providing jobs to women in their villages, in their mandal, in their constituency. This for me is very, very important. This comes from a lot of personal experience of mine. When I did my Padayatra, my Yovagalam Padayatra, my team decided that I should walk to Kia because I need to take one selfie. So it was very exciting. I said, great, let's walk. But I didn't realize that they're going to make me walk almost 18 kilometers on the highway with no villages. I said, chalo, let us walk. But what was fascinating was when I walked on the highway, at every exit, I met women who were working in ancillary companies of Kia. One lady walked up to me and she said, I want to walk with you. I said, come, let's talk and walk. And I asked her, where are you working now? She said, I'm working in one of the ancillaries of Kia. I said, what did you do before this? I was a housewife. So how does it feel now? I'm very proud. I am taking care of my entire family every month. Every month I'm making 40,000 rupees. And when my family members look at me, they look at me with a lot of respect. And for me, that is the greater change in society that one Kia factory brought to Anantapur. That is the kind of transformation that green jobs can also do. That is where, as a state, we are putting a lot of focus onto this sector. So it could be wind, it could be renewable, it could be pump storage projects, it could be green molecules that we are talking about today. It could be the compressed biogas project that the Honorable Minister just spoke about. These are subjects that are very, very close to the heart of the Honorable Chief Minister. And our Chief Minister is a very, very aggressive leader. He kept saying, this time I'll be the 95 Chief Minister. And I thought, okay, I've seen him. And I've seen him in his third term as a minister. But now I understood his aggressiveness. And I'll give you an example of it. He gave me a task at 10 in the morning. And he calls me at 10:15 that same morning. And says, I gave you the task, did you finish it? నేను అడిగా సార్ 10 నిమిషాలు అయింది సార్ మీరు నాకు పని ఇచ్చి 10 నిమిషాలు ఎట్లా పూర్తి చేయాలంటే ఇంకా మీరు స్లోగా ఉన్నారు కుర్రోళ్ళు నా స్పీడ్ అందుకోలేకపోతున్నారు 10 నిమిషాలు మీకు ఎక్కువ అని అంటే the Honorable Chief Minister is a very impatient optimist. His mandate to all the ministers is to work together. His mandate to all the ministers is to deliver on this, one of the marquee promises, which is to create 20 lakh jobs.